It's week 22 in the Premier League and the table is really starting to take shape. Let's run through the fixtures on this weekend and talk you through my predictions and get yours in the comments down below. Welcome to the Footy Network. Afternoon everybody and welcome to the Footy Network, and there are some tasty fixtures this weekend as Arsenal will take on Villa, and we've got the Tree Derby between Forest and Southampton. Can Southampton start to save themselves this season? If you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the Footy Network and let me know how you think your team is going to get on in the comments down below. Alright, let's jump into this and let's get straight into the first game. James's Park will see the first game of the weekend as Newcastle will host Bournemouth, and you could argue that both these teams are in red hot form. Newcastle have won 9 games in a row in all competitions and 6 in the league. Bournemouth, on the other hand, are 10 undefeated. They haven't lost since the 23rd of November. This is a very interesting game. Newcastle, with Isak scoring yet again, getting 2 against Wolves. It's unreal. And you gotta say, Bournemouth were a little bit unlucky against Chelsea to concede a late goal. Wow, which way does this one go? You have to go with the form team, but they're both in form. And I'm talking about the proper in-form team, and that's Newcastle. As a Forest fan, you Geordies are scaring me right now. You are hunting us down and you are playing fantastic football. I'm going to go with a home win here. I think it'll be a tight game, but I'm going to go Newcastle 2, Bournemouth 1. But Newcastle, this is a tough hurdle. If you can get past this, then can you maybe catch Forest and Liverpool? What do you guys think? The London Stadium will see game number 2 as West Ham will host Crystal Palace, and the forms for these guys are not as good as the previous game. West Ham have won 2 in their last 6, as have Palace as well, but they've had a couple more draws. West Ham, obviously, with Harry Potter now getting their new manager bounce, having won their last game, can the manager bounce continue? Crystal Palace, on the other hand, were able to beat Leicester. I mean, who hasn't? Good couple of goals there. Easy win in my opinion. Looking at this game, I think the manager bounce continues. I can see Harry Potter riding it out for a couple more weeks with the West Ham. So I'm going to back the home team here. I'm going to go West Ham 1, Palace 0. I don't think Palace will roll over. This is kind of a London derby. I think this could be a tight game. But I just fancy good old Harry Potter to wave that magic wand one more time. What do you guys think? The BTEC Stadium will see game number 3 as Brentford will host league leaders Liverpool. Brentford are in a bit of choppy form, it has to be said. They've only won 1 in their last 6. However, their home form is one of the best in the league so far. And Liverpool are undefeated, well, in quite a while. Their last 6, they're looking quite good. However, they travelled to Forest, where they could have done with a win, but Slot seems to have Forest rent-free in his head as it ended up in a 1-1 draw. Brentford, on the other hand, keeping that home form going, were able to come back from a 2-0 down deficit against Manchester City to pull it round and draw with them, so they may have a bit of the wind in their sails. Brentford is a hard ground to go to. Liverpool, this is going to be a tough test for you. You know what? I'm going to throw the cat amongst the pigeons here. I'm going to go Brentford 1, Liverpool 1. The King Power Stadium will see the next game as Leicester City will host Fulham. And Leicester under Ruud van Nistelrooy are now 6 L's in a row. This is crisis time, sitting second bottom from the table and the gap to safety drawing ever further away. Fulham, on the other hand, are quite unpredictable. They've won 1 in their last 6 and just gave up an L to West Ham under Harry Potter, as we just spoke about. This should be should be a comfortable away win. You just never quite know what you're getting with Fulham at the moment. Don't get me wrong, they're having a very good season. But with Leicester's form, I'm going to go Leicester City 0, Fulham 3. I can see Fulham turning on the style and targeting this match. Leicester City fans, talk to me. Can you survive? Has Rude been the right appointment? There's lots and lots of rumblings in their fan base right now. Leicester fans, talk to me. The Emirates will see the next game as Arsenal will host Aston Villa, and this could be a very, very tasty match. Arsenal haven't lost in their last 11 games now, actually, if you include the North London derby, and won 5 out of their last 6 Premier League games. Yet the feeling is there is a bit of a crisis around there, having dispatched their local rival Spurs in a 2-1 victory the other night. They surely are feeling confident. However, they are really short on attackers right now, with the likes of Jesus, Saka, etc. all out injured and relying on Havertz. In terms of Villa, they're not doing too bad. 7th in the league, 3 wins out of their last 6. And Ollie Watkins getting his first goal for what feels like ages, as they won their previous game. This is going to be a tough match. I'm going to go Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 2. I just don't quite feel Arsenal have the firepower right now to sustain a real title run on Liverpool. I may be wrong, but how do you guys feel about this? Villa are slowly creeping back into the top 4 race. This is a very important game. Get your predictions in on this in the comments down below. The world famous City Ground will be our next stop, as Forest will host Southampton, and Southampton should have beaten Manchester United. They should have been 4-0 up at half time. Juric was absolutely fuming, slamming water bottles and everything as Manchester United fluked themselves a win. But that's 4 losses in a row now for Southampton, and they're coming up against one of the most informed teams in the league, as Forest are undefeated in 8, drawing with Liverpool, with Cristiano Ronaldo getting his 13th goal of the season. 3rd in the league right now. Are Forest still in a title race? You guys know what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go Forest 0, Southampton 0. And this will be the 9th time in a row I say it. Do you guys think it still works? Or will Southampton be able to beat Forest? Let me know what you think as always. And get your score predictions in the comments down below. Goodison Park will host the next match this weekend as Everton will take on Spurs. And boy, oh boy, is this going to be a weird one. Everton under Moyes couldn't get that manager bounce against Villa, losing narrowly with Dominic Calvert-Lewin missing an absolute sitter, in my opinion, late on. Spurs, man. What can you say about Spurs? Are they in a relegation battle? Is Ange Postecoglou under any type of pressure? Because their form is horrific. They have the 3rd worst form in the league, having lost 11 games already this season, and then losing to their local North London rivals the other night, and they really didn't put up a fight. I honestly think Everton will probably get their manager bounce in this game. I'm going to go Everton 1, Tottenham 0. Tottenham, you need to sort it out, because before you know it, you could be sleepwalking yourselves into a relegation battle. And you know what? I'd love it. Old Trafford will see the next game as Manchester United will host Brighton. And as I was saying, Man U are extremely lucky to have come away with 3 points. They're turning into Ahmed FC as he got a 12-minute hat-trick against Southampton. Brighton, on the other hand, finally got their first win in what feels like about 10 years. Matoma scoring, yes, it was against Ipswich, but I'm sure they'll feel a lot better for it. There is no way in hell that Brighton should be losing this game. Man, you look horrific. It's embarrassing the way they celebrated that win. I'm going to go Manchester United 1, Brighton 3. I think Brighton may just turn a corner and have too much, because if that was any other team that played Manchester United against instead of Southampton, There's no way they come away with a W. Do you guys agree or not? Let me know. Portman Road will host Ipswich taking on Manchester City. And Ipswich put up another L. That's one win in their last 6 in the Premier League. And they are back in the relegation zone as they are now 17th, even though Wolves were, and now it's all goal difference. Anyway, Manchester City, are they back? Are they not? Pep must be pulling his hair out if he had any. 2 goals up away at Brentford and then blow it. What is going on with Man City? What's going on with this league table? Look, even a weird Man City team this season must go to a relegation fighting Ipswich and beat them. So I'm going to go Ipswich 1, Man City 3. But you just can't be confident with any scores these days. Surely Man City are going to go into robot mode again and start to get some W's and creep themselves back into the top 4. What do you guys think? Stamford Bridge will see Chelsea hosting Wolves, and Chelsea's form has been horrific. No win in their last 6, having to rely on Mr. Injury Prone himself, Mr. Sick Note James, scoring a lovely free kick late on to salvage a point in their previous game. And however, Wolves, what's going on, Wolves fans? Talk to me. And because that manager bounce was well and truly killed off as they lost 3-0 to Forest and then repeated that scoreline against Newcastle this week. They are in big trouble. Wolves have not had a win in their last 3. However, that manager bounce was good as it gained them a few points. But because they lost heavily to Newcastle, they're back in the bottom 3 because of goal difference. I think Chelsea will win this one. I mean, Wolves, I'm worried for you guys. I really am. I'm going to go Chelsea 2, Wolves 0. Wolves, man, are you going to stay up? If you're a fan of Wolves, let me know in the comments down below. And that brings you up to date with the 10 matches this weekend. I'm looking forward to seeing your predictions in the comments down below. If you haven't already, please don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the Footy Network if you're new here. We'll see you on the next video. Good luck to your teams this weekend.